Thank you for tuning in. I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. A man is facing attempted murder charges after a shooting in Paoli. 26-year-old Thomas Pemberton of Bedford went to a home on Monon Drive on Tuesday night and was asked to leave by 22-year-old Damian Young of Paoli. Pemberton then got into his vehicle, struck a parked car while leaving, and reportedly drove past the home several times. Witnesses then say they heard gunshots that is, after which Pemberton went to a residence in Bedford before being taken to a hospital for a gunshot wound to the neck. After this, he was flown to a Louisville hospital for treatment. Indiana State Police spoke with Young about the incident and found that he had shot Pemberton. Young was then taken into custody and booked into the Orange County Jail on attempted murder and aggravated battery charges. The investigation is ongoing. Another DuBois County resident has died in relation to the novel coronavirus. The Indiana State Department of Health reported 93 newly confirmed cases and one additional death on Thursday. This brings the county-wide total of COVID-19 cases to 4,613 and 48 deaths since the pandemic began in March. The county's 7-day rolling average for all positive tests is 25.6%. If you want to see a breakdown of the county or other counties' COVID-19 cases by age group or other information, please visit coronavirus.in.gov. Now, please note, the best way to protect yourself and others around you is by practicing social distancing, or better yet, just avoid crowds, washing your hands frequently with soap and water, and please wear a mask. Today is one of the biggest party days of the year, and like all other holidays during the pandemic, local health officials are sounding the alarm about large gatherings. DuBois County currently has one of the highest positivity rates in the state. Local health officials say they believe that many residents are doing their part, but some are not complying with the current restrictions. DuBois County Health Department Administrative Director Sean Werner says they've had to issue cease and desist and closure orders. This will likely continue if businesses and customers do not enforce the current restrictions. The community is asked to implement these practices when planning their New Year's celebrations. Please postpone travel. Keep social gatherings limited, preferably only with those who are in your immediate household. Gatherings are not allowed to exceed 25 people. Wear a mask that covers your mouth and nose. Stay at least 6 feet away from others who are not from your immediate household. Avoid crowded, poorly ventilated indoor spaces. Wash your hands frequently. Use hand sanitizer and avoid touching your face. Consider hosting virtual celebrations with family and friends. Indiana's governor and top health officials are calling for patience while the early doses of the vaccine against COVID-19 are administered to health care workers and residents inside long-term care facilities. Indiana's chief medical officer, Dr. Lindsay Weaver, says nearly 76,000 residents have received their first dose of the vaccine as of Tuesday morning. The state's health commissioner, Dr. Christina Box, is asking residents to remain cautious to slow the coronavirus spread. Nearly half of Indiana counties are still rated with the highest risk of COVID-19 spread after state officials corrected a flaw in Indiana's reporting. Governor Eric Holcomb and health officials also updated Hoosiers on the state's response to COVID-19 on Wednesday afternoon. Holcomb is extending the current executive order on COVID-19 restrictions through January 24th. The only change is that hospitals are allowed to resume elective surgeries and procedures. Turkey hunters, get ready. The Indiana Department of Natural Resources is accepting applications for reserved spring turkey hunts that will go from January 4th through February 22nd. Hunters can apply online by visiting on.in.gov/reserve hunt. To apply, click the Reserve for a Reserved Hunt link, and you will have your customer ID handy, and you can then apply online, and no late fees will be accepted. A valid hunting license for the species you want to hunt is also required to apply. A valid spring turkey hunting license and game bird habitat stat privilege, comprehensive lifetime hunting license, comprehensive lifetime hunting and fishing license, or resident youth hunt trap combo license is required to hunt or call in wild turkeys for the spring season. Non-hunting partners who plan to call in wild turkeys must be properly licensed as well. Again, easier just to go to for more information, on.in.gov/reservedhunt. The Be Well Crisis Hotline recently passed an important milestone as it enters its 6th month of operation. Crisis counselors have helped over 6,000 Hoosiers experiencing emotional distress from COVID-19. The service was launched in July and continues to provide 24/7 access to experienced and compassionate counselors who are trained to help with the personal challenges caused by the pandemic. To date, the helpline has answered over 6,000 calls with an average talk time of just over 18 minutes. The average wait time has only been 16 seconds. To reach a counselor, call 211, enter your zip code, and follow the prompts to reach the Be Well Crisis Helpline. The helpline is funded by Crisis Counseling Assistance and Training Program grant from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. For more information, visit bewellindiana.org. After some promotion from a popular sports website and a football star, a local clothing store is getting international orders. Sieberts Clothing in Jasper reached national headlines after submitting to be part of Barstool Sports Barstool Fund, a campaign to raise money for small businesses affected by COVID-19. Sieberts sales manager Rachel Siebert saw the campaign and decided to apply with hopes of getting recognized due to the store's history.
Honestly, I had a good feeling about it. I thought we had a good story. We've been in business for a long time. I really did have a good feeling, and actually I had missed the first phone call on Sunday, and I thought, oh my God, I just threw it away, So he ended up calling us back on Monday, and I couldn't hold the phone. I mean, I was shaking. It's just, you don't think it's going to happen to you, really,
Rachel is the daughter of the third-generation owner, Jim Siebert, who didn't think much of the attempt.
I thought this was a big city event. That is, we didn't have a chance to qualify.
However, his daughter's submission gained the attention of Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy. Portnoy was moved by the story of Sieberts and decided to give Sieberts a call. Portnoy shared the phone call on social media, which gained so much attention. Football quarterback Tom Brady decided to throw money into the Barstool Fund.
Well, I start crying now just thinking that big guys like that would pay any attention to a little store like ours in the middle of nowhere.
With all the social media presence, Sieberts gained national attention, getting calls from major media outlets for interviews and orders from all across the world.
Phone calls, emails, Facebook messages. I mean, I had an email from Australia. A guy called yesterday from Toronto. We're getting orders in from Texas, Louisiana, Wisconsin. I mean, just all over. It's been very overwhelming, but in a good way.
And I've had fraternity brothers that I haven't seen in 30 or 40 years that have called to congratulate us. It's been an amazing experience.
Rachel says that the fund has helped bring some ease to the Siebert family as the COVID-19 pandemic has brought hardships to the store, like many other small businesses.
We did without prom, which is one of our biggest months in our business. Then we were closed for 6 weeks. Then Christmas is about half of what we normally do.
Rachel says that shopping locally helps everyone in the community.
Your dollar goes a little bit further as well in our community. I think, more of your dollar stays here than it does with chain stores. And if you could just kind of, even just the little things, just one little item, if you can get it somewhere locally, we are very thankful for that. And I can attest for every business downtown at least.
Jim hopes that Rachel and his son Jeff take over the store within the next year or two. Sieberts has been in operation since 1922. They are located on the square in downtown Jasper, with stores located also in West Baden and French Lick. Christmas is over, and while taking down this year's holiday lights, you may be wondering, can I recycle these? Residents can recycle their old light strands at the DuBois County Solid Waste District Process Center and at the Jasper Rural King store during their regular business hours until Friday, January 15th. The program only accepts strands of electric lights. Rigid frames, including yard shapes, will not be accepted. This recycling program is in cooperation with Jasper Salvage, Jasper Rural King, and the DuBois County Solid Waste District. The District Process Center is located at 1103 South 350 West in Jasper. Business hours are from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday. For more information, call the Process Center at 812-482-7865, 482-7865, or check out their Facebook page. This has been a popular event, and over 1,000 pounds of old Christmas lights were recycled in DuBois County last year. Now stay tuned. Weather and sports are still to come on 18 WJTS News.